Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today, the hair is slicked back into a pony. We are getting ready today, my people. We're doing a full face of makeup, and I am doing using my old favorites, shopping my stash. I wanted to have a little dig through my makeup collection. I've been having a little wander through my makeup collection as we prepare to take it downstairs to officially set up the studio, and wanted to have a playtime with some of the products that I haven't used in a very long time. So I'm gonna take this very, very tired looking face and hopefully turn it into a little bright petunia. If you like these full face videos, these getting ready with me videos, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. Let's zoom you in and get started. Real up close and personal. Howdy. I have already done my eyebrows and they're feeling a little weird today. It's been happening a lot lately, like this little moment here. I don't know, it's a phase, something's going on with my eyebrows. So like I already said, and I'll probably say 1,000 times in this video because I constantly repeat myself, I took a little dig through my makeup collection and I pulled out some of the older products and I wanted to use them today. Have a revisit. First of all, Smashbox Primerizer. Okay, this isn't even considered an old favorite because it's just always a favorite, but it just feels like I haven't used it in so long and I wanted to pull it back out. We're making our way through this bottle. This is almost considered an empty, so I thought it would be rude to not pull that out and revisit this beauty. For the foundation, I pulled out a good old classic. This is the Clinique Even Better Makeup SPF 15 foundation. I have this one in the shade WN16 Buff. Now, it has been a hot minute since I have used any of the Even Better foundations from Clinique. The Even Better Glow, the Even Better Refresh, the Even Better Classic. They have been such favorites of mine and I have used them over and over again. I love the finishes. They're super great for dry skin and I really have not played with the Even Better foundation in quite a while, so I wanted to pull this out today, as well as the Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer and Eraser. Now this one I tried when it first came out and I was absolutely over the moon and I don't know why I stopped using it. I got this one in the shade WN04 Bone and very excited to revisit these today, and this portion of the video is actually very kindly sponsored by Clinique. Clinique Skincare, Clinique based products I have used for so many years. They are definitely old favorites of mine and I'm very, very excited to pull these out again today. The Even Better foundation is about a medium coverage. It's got a natural finish. It just really looks like your skin. It's a very breathable foundation and it evens out your skin tone while also evening out your skin tone over time. So that's the foundation. I'm gonna play with that today. And the concealer, beautiful. One of those all over the face concealers. You can use it on spots, you can use it under your eyes, you can use it anywhere all over the face. And it also helps with dark circles, under eye dark circles and dark spots over time. It's got vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, and caffeine. So it's a real good one to use under the eyes if you struggle with sleeping like this gal. So this is the lovely base combo that we're going to be using today. I will absolutely link these in the description box down below to where you can purchase the Clinique products. If you have tried any of the Even Better collection from Clinique, absolutely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And let's dive in to the skin. So let's start with the primer. I'm going to take a good couple of pumps of the Smashbox Primerizer just to give a good wetness to the face. Sometimes if my neck, like, I don't know if you can like feel your neck being dry, but if my neck is feeling dry, I sometimes like to take an additional pump and just take it down the neck as well, because often I will take foundation down my neck and, you know, I just feel like that should be primed as well. All right, let's dive into the foundation here. Love the little squeezy tube. I'm going to squeeze some into the palm of my hand. And this is a foundation that works beautifully blended out with a brush or your fingers. If you like to slap a foundation on, this one's great, but I am going to use a beauty blender. Like I've said a couple times, I'm just like in a beauty blender phase right now. And sometimes it's just a little bit faster when you're applying it too. I just like a little sponge moment sometimes. And I'm just gonna take this and dot it all around the skin. This is a really buildable coverage, but if you just wanted a nice light singular layer, it just really beautifully evens out the skin tone, has a really natural finish. It's super creamy, super hydrating, and it's got SPF 15, so it's a little dose of sun protection in there as well. So it's a great everyday wear foundation. I'm just going to take a little bit of this down my neck as well, just to make sure that it's all evenly spread. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply the concealer. I'm going to take this mainly under the eyes. Honestly, I'm having like a more happy skin day. Bless up. So I'm mainly going to focus this under the eyes to help with my dark circles and the high points of the face. And we also had a good amount of coverage from the foundation. So just kind of using this to highlight some areas that we wish to highlight. And then I just get really red in this little area. So I always like to just put a little bit extra there just to say, be gone, get out, get out. And then I take my beauty sponge and just blend this in. And now that I'm done blending, this is the finished look of the skin. Pretty friggin' flawless base, my friends, honestly. And we look so smooth and very hydrated. We've got a really nice natural glow going on. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, the product. Okay, so for contour, I've honestly been in such a loving relationship with my NARS Casino cream bronzer that I have hardly looked at any of my other cream bronzers or cream contours. So I just really wanted to just have a little moment back with my Tom Ford shade and Illuminate. It's been so long since I've used this, and honestly, like, look at how disgusting this is. This has been... It's not focusing when I'm putting it up close. Look at how disgusting this is. It has been so loved, and it's been actually like a long time. I don't remember the last time I used this contour, so I just simply had to pull it back out, especially since we just recently used their new blushes and the extension of their Shade and Illuminate line. So I just really wanted to say hello to my dear old friend, and I'm still begging Tom Ford Daily, please make this an individual product. Please bring out the contour on its own. So I have this in the shade 01. Intensity 1. I'm going to use this with my Smith Cosmetics 157 brush. And just be reunited with our old friend. I don't know what it is about this shade. I really don't. Maybe it's just all the hype behind the product that had built up for so many years before I finally actually gave in and purchased it. Or maybe it really is the shade and it's just a lovely match for me. But I do just truly love this color so much. Okay, I'm just taking this along kind of like the high points of my face where the sun would hit. So here on my temples, I'm blending that around. And then I'm kind of connecting that to my jaw where I want it to be a little extra chiseled, kind of hugging around my cheeks. And then I don't necessarily always show this on camera, but I always take my beauty blender after and just kind of run that on top, because sometimes I'll get a little bit of a line, and this just helps to blend it together. And I started doing this after I was watching a Patrick Ta video where he was talking about how he just keeps going back and forth between the base products and the contour and the bronzer. And he's like, and I keep doing this until the bronzer or contour, whatever, which one he said, disappears. And I was like, You don't want a line there? Oopsie. And that's when I started bouncing between the two as well. So there's a fun little tip for you. Thank you, Patrick Ta. Just taking this along my jawline as well, giving the earrings a little jingle. All right, and final step with the contour. We simply can't forget to take this down the nose. It's been so long since I've used this on the nose. This is the Katie Jane Hughes Spectrum Collections number 13 brush. Excellent size and shape for this little nose contour moment, or as I like to say, the nose contour attempt that we do. And that is the Shade and Illuminate. Blessings on Bless. It's been a minute. We missed you. Speaking of it's been a minute, holy moly, the M Cosmetics Serum blushes. Is that even what it's called? It doesn't even say. I'm suddenly blanking on the name. But it's been so long since I've used one of these blushes. And I wanted to pull it out to revisit her today. This one's in the shade Rose Milk. Love the packaging of this. Super cute. Really beautiful display here. And we've got a little dropper. Oh my god, yeah, it's been just so long. I'm just going to put that on my hand. Oh my god, it is so serumy. It is such a beautiful formula. Wow, it's been so long. So long since I've used this. Or it feels that way. Okay, it feels like it's been a long time. This is a beautiful, very nice, light, natural flush for my skin tone. Wow, I forgot how, like, juicy this is. Oh, I went a little far there. Whoops. That's okay. We'll just dab that away. Oopsie. Yeah, truly so liquidy and juicy. I had forgotten. It's very nicely blending in with my finger. Really light in pigment. It's very user-friendly. It would be pretty hard to go overboard with this shade in particular anyway. And this was one little drop. That was one dropper, which is very nice. Let me just, whoops. I'm just putting it all over my face here. That is so nice. I feel like I've got a little bald spot here I've created for myself. Let's just pat that out. What a beautiful shade. Oh my god, why don't I use this more? Why don't I use this formula more? See, this is the beauty of shopping your stash and pulling out old favorites. we get to become reacquainted with lovely formulas. Look at that blush. Oh my god, I feel like I don't even need highlight. That's like popping. Popping. Let me just do a kind little layer here with the Beauty Blender. Let's use some powder. I'm going to take my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. The original. The powder that made me a powder person. That counts as an old favorite, right? This was what converted me to the powder life. I'm going pretty heavy with this just because we do have quite a glow, especially now that we have emphasized that with the blush. So I'm just taking a good healthy little dusting around here and the under eyes, just because the glow is fine to be all up in the cheeky business, but I don't want to be shiny under my eyes because we've got enough going on down there. We don't need to highlight it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, I have a couple other base products that I wanted to play with, but I think we should just leave it be for now and actually jump to the eyes. So speaking of Patrick Ta, I pulled out the Major Dimension eyeshadow palette, which it's not been too long since I've tried this, but it still feels like long enough that I pulled it out and I was like, wow, I actually don't know if I've used this since it launched. Like, did I last use this in Toronto? I don't know. Either way, it's been a minute. Thought I would play. Someone actually had commented like, oh, do you still like the Patrick Ta palette? And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's been a minute, but let's dive in. Now that we're just basking in this glowiness, yeah, I don't really want to do anything too crispy here, but I think I'm going to start with this lovely shade here and just do a good old dusting of that all over the eye. Here is the said dusting. I'm just putting that all over the lid. So I believe I mentioned this when I first did the review of the palette, but just in case anyone wanted an updated review, I still love it so much. I do wish there was a black that would kind of complete the neutrals for me. It's a very nice warm toned palette if you like the warmer side of life. And what I love, what I think differentiates this palette from many that are on the market, even if the tones are similar, he's got the two cream eyeshadows here. He's got a lighter one and a deeper one. And I think that's amazing because I so often in my daily makeup use a cream eyeshadow or an eyeliner or something to just blend out on the lash line, which I'm probably still going to do today. And if you're a one palette kind of person, that's a great option. You kind of get a little 2-in-1 here or a 3-in-1 here. For your powder products and your cream products, you are covered for your everyday looks with one palette. And I thought that was great. And all of the shades are very, very wearable, which is really nice. So I actually really do like this palette, even though his price point is up there with the higher priced items at Sephora. I was definitely surprised at the price point he went with this eyeshadow palette, but in comparison, I'm like, yeah, that's a much more wearable and usable palette. So if you're gonna buy one, I'm like, yeah, I do like this one, I really do. And obviously, like, the formula is perfect. It's very easy to blend. Like right there, this is your everyday look. If you want to intensify it, we can add some of this. Be done. Boom. So speaking of the cream shadow, I've never played with the deeper one. I've only used the lighter cream. So let's just take a little shader brush. This is the Rephr 02 brush. And we're going to dip into this lovely cream here. I love the little lid. So cute. And all we're going to do is press that onto the lash line. Technically, we could have done this before the other shade, but oh my god, this is so pretty. How did I not use this the first time? What a pretty brown. What a pretty brown. This is like true chocolate. A true chocolate brown. Wowie, wowie. Okay, so I'm just pressing that onto the lash line, and instead of doing a wing, I feel like I've been doing a whole lot of winged things lately, or just winging out of product. I hope you understand what I meant by saying that. Words do not come easily to me sometimes, okay? Anyway, all I'm doing instead of a wing today is just really softly, like I'm packing on the product onto the lash line, and then I'm just really softly blending that up, and it will slowly disappear the higher we get onto the lid, and it's kind of just a much easier, more natural, rounded, smoky eye. How would you describe this? A gradient smoke onto the lid. We'll go with that. Patrick Ta is one of the makeup artists too who, when he is doing makeup, he often applies cream on top of powder, which is like counterintuitive, but I love that he does that, and that's why I also don't feel badly doing this today, layering this cream product on top of the powder, because he does it all the time when he does makeup. So if he made this palette, naturally you would assume that he has made it capable of doing this as well. Ooh, on the subject of Patrick Ta, actually, one last thing. How do you feel about his cheek palette? I saw the cheek palette. I saw his video of launching the cheek palette. I thought about it. I loved the bright cool tone pink that was on the model. It looked absolutely exceptional. But I'm kind of just like, it's been years and years and years of cheek palettes coming out every single holiday. Like, you just know that there's 50 coming your way. Like, Tarte's gonna have cheek palettes, Hourglass is gonna have cheek palettes, NARS is gonna have cheek palettes. Like, everyone always goes ham on the cheek palettes. And I feel like I'm just over it at this point. I've been over it for a few years. I haven't actually, I don't know, have I played with cheek palettes? I just don't know if that's something that I want to spend my money on this year. Let me know how you're feeling about the whole cheek palette thing. Are you over it, or are you like, yes, I need some new blush? Patrick Ta, I do like, again, that he mixed the cream and the powder, but I'm not pushed enough to the buying point. What do you guys think? Is it something you'd want me to review? I don't know. Let me know. Anyway, I'm going to take the powder, the dark brown now, with a smaller brush and just really lightly pack that on top just to add an extra layer of smoky depth just right onto the lash line. I feel like these will just layer up really, really nicely. And if you feel like you went a little bit too liney with it, you can just go back with the shader brush and just pat that on top. But it's okay because we're about to cover it anyway. Love this. Love this every day. Very easy. Gradient smoky eye. Last thing, I'm going to take a little bit of this shimmery shade here, the little inner corner highlight, if you will, and I'm going to pack that right into the inner corner. He's got some like chunky glitter toppers in here, but this is just a really soft highlighting shade that we can use on the inner corner as well as the brow bone. This is a Rephr 28 brush. Amazing size for this. Love it. And I almost forgot. I'm going to go back to that brown shade. Sorry. Going back a little bit and just making sure we hit the under eye with that, or else I will feel incomplete when all is said and done. Lovely. Okay, I'm actually going to skip the shimmery eyeshadow toppers in the palette, and I did a little diving, and like just for nostalgic reasons, I had to pull out the Dior Show Fusion Mono 661 Meteor. Mine is absolutely dead. It is completely dried up. The product falls out, but it still works. You can still use it. And if you are a viewer of my channel during the Meteor phase before they very tragically and rudely discontinued this line, I still just feel like sometimes I'm like, oh, this reminds me of Meteor. Like, there's nothing like this. I'm just gonna say it. There's nothing like this. This sweet, soft silkiness, the very light shimmer. It literally looks like a galaxy on your eye. I just love it so much. So anyway, if you guys remember this era, this time on my YouTube channel, holler at us in the comments below. Have you been here since the Meteor days? This is a sweet, sweet, very, very old favorite of mine. And those of you, oh my god, do any of you have this in your collection still? Because even though it's dried up, she's still kicking, baby. Okay, you know what? I wasn't gonna do highlight on my face, but I just looked at my nose and I'm like, I'm missing like my nose highlight. So I'm gonna take my MAC Whisper of Guilt, and technically, though it has still been used lots, it is an old favorite. So much so that, you know, I made a kit with MAC Whisper of Guilt inside it. If you are not aware, if you're new to my channel, hello. I have a kit with MAC filled with all of my favorite things for glowy, luscious skin, and MAC Whisper of Guilt highlight, a classic, is absolutely one of them. So I'm just taking a little bit of that on my nose and maybe a little bit on my Cupid's bow too. What the heck? Let's go full glow today. So I'm definitely jumping around a little bit here today, but I'm actually going to pause and I'm going to do lips first before we finish the eyes and the rest of the face. I have not used the M Cosmetics Velvet Lip Liners in so long so that I don't even actually remember which shade that I liked. Was it Teddy? Was it Kitten? Was it another shade? I don't remember, but I know I definitely had a phase where I loved these lip liners and I just haven't used one in so long. So I wanted to pull this out and see how I feel. So long that it hath dried up a little bit and okay, let's just try you. Let's try Kitten. I'm gonna line my lips with this. It's a twist up product, which is always nice. You don't have to worry about carrying a sharpener around in your everyday makeup bag. Love this color. I'm just blending it into my lip as I go. Even though the top tip fell out a little bit, she's still creamy. She's still good. M Cosmetic lip liners. I'm so sorry. I'm so glad we've been reacquainted. So for the lipstick products, even though we could totally leave it at the lip liner and be done, but obviously I wanted to have a playtime, I pulled out some old faves, guys. Old faves. I literally like dumped the bins of my lipstick products and I was like, what haven't I used in so long? And these were some of the old favorites I popped out. We've got Lancome Ardent Sand. Dude, I loved this nude so much. Actually, let's just put it on and see how we feel. We might go on top with something else after. This is such a perfect everyday nude lipstick. And she has been unloved for quite some time. Do you guys remember Ardent Sand? Then we have Flesh Lick. Oh, this one isn't that old, but it still feels like so long ago. And this is like basically the same as Ardent Sand, but like a juicier version. The Ardent Sand's a matte. This one's like a really beautiful creamy lip, but you can see it's pretty much like the same shade. What a throwback. Okay, then we have the Lancome 232 Mademoiselle lipsticks, lip balms. Do you guys remember these? What a throwback. I was like, wow, I can't believe this is still kicking. I'm disgusting and I'm hoarding all these old and absolutely definitely expired lipsticks. And then we have the YSL Volupte Tint in Oils. This is number 18. I thought it would be expired, but it actually still smells absolutely delicious and pure fruitiness. And just put a little layer of that on top. It is such a gorgeous formula. I know it's ridiculous that I literally just put 4 products on my lips, but I couldn't choose which one to do, and I just wanted to have a little play with some of my old favorites. And that is still kicking. The oil's still kicking. That is so old in my collection. I would actually love to know. Please let me know in the comments down below. What is your like oldest product recommendation that you remember from me if you've been following my channel for a long time? What's the first thing that comes to mind? What are some products that you haven't seen me use on my channel in a long time, and what would you like to see me use? I'd love to hear. This is so fun. Hey, I love playing with old favorites. Okay, I'm gonna set my face in with another old favorite. This isn't actually like the Ultra Glow, I think is a newer one, but the classic Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I've been using the Benefit one so much, like every single day when I'm doing my makeup. I remember what the Urban Decay one smells like. Like so much more product comes out. The Benefit one is what in my eye. The Benefit one is definitely a much more fine mist. This one like smacked on my face. All right, friends, and to finish it off, we're gonna end with mascara. A true old favorite. It has been some time since I have used this mascara on my channel and in real life as well. I bought a fresh Tom Ford Extreme Badass mascara. It's been so long. It's been so long since I have used this mascara and I was so excited. I was like, I totally could have gone like the Lancome Mr. Big route because that's like a true old favorite, but so is this one. And I still use the Lancome Lashy Doll, so I was like, I just needed to dive back to the Tom Ford Badass mascara and see how I felt. It's been like an entire year of using Bite Upswing mascara. I just had to dive back in and see how I feel about her. I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared that I'm going to be like, oh yeah, that's still the one. Still the one. And already I'm like, oh my God, this one's magical because it's like ultra volume, but it always had that really like fluffy look to the lashes. Like even as I'm applying it, it's just like fluff, like no clumps in sight because it is that plastic wand, which I normally don't like. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's still as good as I remember. God, see, it's like volumized and thick, but like in a fluffy way. I don't really know how else to describe it, but damn, Tom Ford Badass Extreme still delivers. All right, my friends, and this is the finished makeup look. I'm honestly like, I'm so obsessed with the glow that we've got going on in our skin today. There were so many products that I'm so thrilled to have rediscovered here today, pulled out of my stash, and that we've been reunited with. I'd love to hear from you. What are some old favorite products that you haven't used in a while? What products do you think I should try? And if there's any old products that you haven't seen me use in a long time on my channel that you want me to revisit, please let me know. I would love to do more of these shopping my stash videos. It has been a hot minute since I've done one, so I would love to hear all your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Let me know what you think of this makeup look, and thank you so much for watching. As always, everyone, I will see you all very soon for a new video. Bye!